Hey guys, what's going on? Aviate's back here again, and this video is going to be going over the BREDOK3D Boeing 737 MAX that you can get a Microsoft Flight Simulator for about $20 US. Take a look here at the description. We're in version 1.7 at the time of this recording. Your specifications, gives you some deliveries. As you see here, we got United States of America, British Airways, blah blah blah. We got set of liveries. Here's the cockpit. As you can see here, I'll pull up a picture of the actual 737 cockpit now. Looks fairly similar. Here's another picture here of 737 cockpit. Here's all the liveries that you get. So without a doubt, let's just go right into a flight. Alright guys, so here we are in Miami with the 737 MAX. As you can see, the aircraft itself from the external view actually doesn't look half bad. It's got a nice shine to it. It's got a reflection. I would say it looks a little like the blue on the Southwest livery looks like a little faded. Maybe I'm just being a little too critical, but it does look pretty good. As you see, it's got the classic 737 MAX winglets. It's not bad from the exterior. It's not bad, but the problem kind of starts when you get into the interior. I don't know what it is about it, but it just looks so bland and like black. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but the color seems off. The reflections, the textures, everything just looks a little weird. The yoke looks really sharp to me. Like, it's not like rounded here. It's more like sharp, jagged lines. It does look similar to an actual 737 MAX cockpit. So at least they got everything pretty correct in terms of the actual where everything's placed and stuff. But the functionality of the buttons, as you can see here, not every button works, just the main like important stuff, which is fine. It's not a study level aircraft, and they say that in the description. So if you're wanting a study level 737 MAX, this is not it. It does have a working HUD, which is cool. We'll go over that a little later. We'll use it for the landing. But you know, like I said, everything just looks a little bland, and just, you know, it could be better. Cockpit could be better. Let's go ahead and check the custom camera views that are already built into this. So we got this one, little wing, under the plane, tail. Look, see a little issue going on here. Engine. It's a nice one. So they don't have any interior like cockpit, passenger views or anything like that. They just got the exterior views. I wanted to see if you can go back. It looks like you can't go back into the, okay, so you can't go back into the cabin, and even if you did, you wouldn't want to anyways, because as you can see here, it's not looking too good in there. There's no seats. I don't know why they even had this open. They might as well just had it closed so you can't see back there. Interesting. All right, let's go ahead and get back to the pilot view. All right, so let's just get started with turning this thing on. Let's see here. We'll go standby power lit. Looks like it was already on battery. And okay, so I guess it doesn't go to battery. You gotta go to auto. It's already buzzing at you. All right. The lights work. That the panel lights. See if they actually get. So the panel lights don't actually work. Well, they work, but you can't adjust the brightness of them. I guess it's actually just doing the cockpit, the floodlight. So I mean, what do you can't expect everything. Seatbelt signs don't make a noise. What about the attendance signs don't work? Alright, go ahead and start the APU. It doesn't make a click. It can't even like. Let's go ahead and check out the lights. So we got the beacon light up here, and just heads up, I do actually have a aircraft lights add-on, so the lights might look a little bit different for you in terms of like the brightness and the sharpness and stuff. If you're interested in that, it's in the regular Microsoft Flight Sim store. So the lights seem to be working. We got the beacon light, we got the strobe lights, anti-collision. So lights seem to be working. Can't really see. Do I have to turn the landing lights on? Okay, looks like everything in there works as well. So all the lights function, which is good. Let's go ahead and try to start the engines here. So I can't even tell if the APU is on, because okay, so we get ground power. I guess we'll just assume that the APU is on. Okay, so APU bleed, fuel pumps. Engine doesn't seem to be starting. Now this also could just be me doing it wrong. Alright guys, so I was just messing around with it a little bit, and I just found out that unlike on the, I'm not sure how an actual real life 737 works, but on the PMDG, usually what I do is I'll have the APU running, turn on the bleeds, fuel pumps, put the engine start to the start position, and then it will start running, and then once it gets to above a certain point on here, you'll give some fuel to it, but it looks like it doesn't start on here until you actually introduce the fuel to it, which is interesting, and I don't think it's like that in real life, but maybe I'm wrong. So let's go ahead and try to start the left engine now. So as you can see, it's not doing anything until I give it some fuel. So looks like that's how you start the engines. I don't know, that's a little different from the PMDG 737 that I usually fly. So I'll get the FMC set up now, see how that looks. Position in it, we are at, okay, boom, go to the route. Miami to, let's just do RSW, let's keep it short. All right, cruise altitude, I'll just do 10,000 for fun. The short flight, cost on X will do 15. 0 on reserves. So this is a classic Boeing FMC, which is nice. Flaps 10, and it does actually give us our V speeds, which is real cool. Seems like the FMC actually works just as I would like it to, so that's good. As you guys can see here, it actually has a touchscreen, so that is nice. Just taking a quick look at our flight plan, and everything seems to be looking good. So I'm gonna skip over here to the taxi, and then we're gonna do the takeoff. I'll do a quick little departure, and then we'll do the landing. All right, so we're here on the runway, and let's just go ahead and get right into this takeoff. It's pretty bouncy, shaking right now. It sounds decent. Already have V1. The rudders are a little touchy. He doesn't call out rotate. Alright. Take a look at the outside. Yeah, it's not bad looking on the outside, for sure. You can give it that. Gonna zoom out real quick. Start making that left turn. Flight directors do work. So that's a nice touch as well. All in all, seems like it does fly decent. I'm gonna see if the auto throttle and autopilot work now. Wow. Go ahead and get that autopilot on. Turn it to LNAV mode. See if it flies it. Looks like it is flying LNAV, so that's good. Try auto throttle now. Auto throttle seems like it works as well. It's gonna try to make this quick, so make it a little faster speed. It was trying to hold 250, so that's good. Yep, auto throttle does work. Let's go ahead and try the heading mode now. Looks like it is trying to make that turn. Perfect. Let's go back to LNAV. And it is trying to turn back on LNAV. Perfect. Looks like the autopilot does work as you want it to. Auto throttle works. We could try a climb. I know I said I was going to do 10,000, but try to climb up to 13,000 just to make sure that will work. Yep, just making that climb right now. So all in all, I'm actually pretty impressed with the the actual flying part of the plane. The cockpit, I'm not too impressed with, but it's not horrible. You know, it looks like 737 MAX cockpit, so it's not like it's not bad by any means, but it's just it just looks a little cheesy and cheap to me. Now it is a $20 plane, so I mean, what can you really expect? But at the same time, you know, why not just buy the PMDG for, I think the Dash 7 is like, what, $50 now? So you're only spending an extra $30 for a study level aircraft. Why not just buy the PMDG at that point? But everything seems to be working as planned, which is great news. All right, turning up the brightness on this PFDs actually does work as well. I'm a little bit impressed, actually. So I've had this aircraft for about, give or take, 5 months now, and I've flown it maybe 2 times. The first time I flew it, I was like, I'm not really liking it. Second time I flew it, I just did a landing in it, and it's not horrible if you just want to do landings in it, but that first flight, like I said, was a full flight, and I wasn't too impressed. But I haven't flown it since they updated it, and it is a lot better since the update. I'm not even gonna lie. I was actually trying to come into this review thinking I was gonna say, don't buy this, this is horrible, save your money. But if you're not looking for a study level plane, you're just looking for something to go have some fun with, more like arcade type simulation, this is a good aircraft for that. Now, like I said, not everything works in here. What can you expect for $20? But the important stuff does work. So it's not too bad. Hey guys, as I was starting my descent, I just want to let you guys know that the vertical speed doesn't seem to, it works, but it doesn't display what vertical speed you are going, like no matter what, on this little black box up here. So the only way to know is with this pink square, because as you move it, it moves. But it doesn't show up here, it doesn't show in the box. The only way to know is with this pink square. Thought I'd mention that. Alright, so as promised, we are going to be landing here with the HUD. As you can see, it is off-centered to the right, so you can't really use it to align with the runway. You can only really use it for the altitude and speed, which is pretty disappointing, because I love landing with HUDs. It makes it like so much fun, but it's alright. I mean, you don't even have to use it if you don't want to, since it does look weird being off-centered, but it's there. High on this approach. No big deal. Long runway here. It's like 6,000 foot runway at RSW.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Jeez, this thing does not lose speed very easily. Alright, on the ground, see if reverse works. It's like reverse throttle, reverse thrust does work, which is nice. Cool. Get rid of this, go this way. Alright, so as I taxi back, I'll just give my final thoughts of this aircraft. As I said before, it has gotten better since I last flew it, so at least they are trying on updates. That's a plus, but it by no means is a study level aircraft, so you're not going to really learn too much from flying this aircraft, since it's more just, you know, for fun, arcade style. So if you're more of a realistic simmer and you like to do all that stuff and like the real routes and flights and all that kind of stuff, I would kind of stay away from it. But if you're just getting into it or you're just doing it for fun, it's not bad. It does what you want it to do. Most of the important things do work. Autopilot works, everything. So it wasn't a bad experience. I just prefer the realism a little bit more, so that's why I'm not really going to fly it too much, and I haven't. But maybe every once in a while, if I'm feeling the urge to, I will. But yep, so that's going to be pretty much it for this one. I'll just give it, for the price, a 7 out of 10. That's for the price, because obviously PMDG beats this any day of the week, but with it being $20, it's not horrible. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.